Hey Pisces, welcome. We're doing the next 6 months. We're looking at July to December 2023. I believe I've done a yearly reading for you guys at the beginning of the year. I will link that in the description box below. You can find it there. You might be curious to see if what I said then matches what we say now, or at least you can decide to look back at least from January to June. I am pulling out of this deck one card per month, uprights only, and then using a different deck to clarify both uprights and reverse cards. Now let's do this. I will pull for this particular set of cards out of this deck. July is the Tower. August is the Knight of Pentacles. September is the Five of Wands. October is the Ace of Wands. November is the Seven of Wands. And December is the Lovers. That's beautiful. Let's look at the clarifying cards. So we get the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands. Two more. Too many. Just two, please. For these, I prefer pop-outs. Too many, but then two fell, so I'm going to take the last two. Temperance and the Fool in reverse. Okay, we gotta get going. We gotta start interpreting for you. Okay, let me show you. July, the Tower with the Nine of Wands. So someone's coming in really quickly, coming to see you. I want to show you, I'm going to show you right away. You have the Knight of Pentacles right beside it in August with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So you've got a really fast and a really slow night. So I feel it's you and someone else. You're not traveling at the same speed toward one another. You might not have the same motivations to do so. I don't know if you're going in the same direction. I don't know if you're going to the same place. But it definitely feels, excuse me, it feels, that both, okay, it's funny. The Knight who travels fast loves to travel fast and will get everything fast. The Knight who travels slow will get everything slow. I don't know if I'm making sense by trying to explain it to you this way. It's almost like telling you things are exactly the way they should be. No matter if you're that faster Knight, the slower Knight, maybe you're none of these Knights, but there's something that goes really, really fast for you, something that goes really, really slow. Or at least you'll know that you'll be able to identify these two things because you know that they're working at different speeds for you. But all is good in this particular case. Let's look at September here. The five, you got two fives. Five of Wands with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And then you get twice the Ace of Wands. Twice, one on top of one another. You have to watch the know if it was the Taurus reading or the Aries reading. I had the same, I had strength, clarifying strength, right? And it made a difference because it was talking about two different people, even if it was the same card. And I have the same thing here because I'm telling you something is very fast, something is very slow. I do feel they're distinct things. They're both equivalent. They're both unique. They're both standouts in their own respect. But they don't travel at the same speed. And we have 2 5s here. So there's one is much more, it's funny, the one that's upright here is just like this one. This is all fast, and this energy is fast. It's kind of like mouthy, and it's showy, kind of like loud, a little bit like argumentative. And on the other side, the other person, I don't know if it's a situation, I don't know if it's an environment, it's really, really strange. The place where it's slower. The person has gained confidence, you know. In both cases, what has happened is that they've overcome anxiety and they've overcome poverty. So they are they're stronger for it. So it's not just that they're not poor and whatever, they're just stronger because they have experienced extremes of poverty or anxiety and maybe some very dark circumstances in the past. Very dark in this case. They would have surmounted quite a lot. So the slower person is probably slower because of their baggage. But both these individuals, they look alike on the outside, but on the, I guess from the inside or something, or from a different angle, however you want to put it, they work at very, 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 very different speeds. November, the 7 of Wands with Temperance. So whichever one is faster, if it happens to be you, right, Pisces, which could be the case. Okay, I want to say something else too. Pisces is a double sign, so maybe both of these sides are you. Maybe you're conflicted about something. Maybe you work in 2 different speeds depending on what you do. Maybe you behave in 2 different ways in different circumstances. Not to say that you're 2 different people, but you know what I mean. We adapt, we kind of all do. But let me just say that in November, there's a lot of patience to be exerted. More patience. Especially for the side of you, or for the person here, whoever that is in your life, if it's not you, the one that's really, really impatient. I mean, something is going to hit you in a way that you're going to have to pay attention. I feel that this is the signal. The double ace is 11. It could be, so numbers on a clock, it could be anything that gives you that sign. It would most likely pertain to 5s and 1s, I find, that I think might happen. Especially if it's numbers. But the side that is fast, or the person that is fast, is getting like a form of reality check a little bit. It's a big slow down energy. It might come in the form of a mini conflict, not a big one, but I feel there's going to be a little bit of a conversation. There's going to be an exchange, to say the least. One that's going to be very polite, a little bit guarded, and a little bit, I'm fortunately going to have to say it, a little bit superficial at first, but maybe not for long, because then we have the Lovers with the Fool in the reverse. But the Lovers are here to show me that there's an opening, but it does have the Fool in reverse. So there's someone still very guarded here. Someone is still very, very shy. Seven of Wands is not a big, I'm gonna jump for it kind of card, right? So this is, I feel, a situation in love more than anything. I feel that there's someone that's wanting to move too fast. The other person's very, very slow, hard to open up, or slow to open up. I believe there's mutual attraction. There's great interest from both parties. But there's also going to be a slowdown by the end of the year. There's going to be like going from very, very hot. In October is very, very hot. And then November, December shifts a little bit here. And so let me explain how it shifts though. It's like before it was like fast and slow, like side by side. Now it's like fast and slow, but learning to mix, right? So we see sort of a change, but we also see, so I feel maybe something that meshes better together, but I also see a lot of differences yet. Like there's still a lot of differences. There's still a lot of adjustments and tweaking that needs to take place, because I keep seeing, you know, this is slow, this wants to open up, this is slowing it down, this is rather slow, but this kinds of wants to flow. So the speed, the overall speed has slowed down, but okay, so in concrete terms, how can I translate it for you, like to give you an idea, to transpose in like real life here? It's almost as if you and this other person, you weren't together just yet. One wanted to go really fast, the other one didn't want to go too fast. Eventually, you got to this place where you kind of had a conversation, you admitted attraction, or you basically finally revealed like one another, your feelings for one another. And yet now there's adjustments to be made about cooling down the one that's, you know, with the hot temper, and vice versa, kind of stimulating the one that's a little too aloof here. And there's a lot of learning to know one another, and a lot of tweaking, getting to, you know, the middle ground of everything between the two of you. So, but someone comes out of the, like in July, someone manifests themselves so strongly, like so, like in your face kind of thing. And it's like almost like they're like in your face, and then they're having to slow down as well. It's really funny the impression that I get. It's cute. It's a really it's a beautiful energy of, it's playful as well. I like that. It is playful. Anyways, this is pertaining to love mostly, most likely, but it doesn't have to be. And if I did, I'm pretty sure I did a Pisces yearly. I will link it below. You can take a look. Anyways, those videos predictive like this, we only know in a few months' time if anything resonated or not. But if it feels right, you can let me know. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. I'll see you soon.